my channel. My name is Noemi. Welcome. So please bear with me because it is my first video, but I decided to make this video because or the first one because I really do love YouTube and I love watching it, especially story times. And I was like, you know what? I have plenty of stories that I will love to tell, and that's why I'm making this video. So this is gonna be a story time. I do have other videos planned. I mean, I don't really know what else. I do have a lot of stories, but if you have anything in mind, I mean, please let me know. Let's just get to it, right? I am drinking a little something to loosen up, okay? So if you have a drink, girl, go ahead, drink with me. I am gonna be like sipping here and there, like, taking little sips. I do want to start off with this story because it's my experience and it's scary to me, okay? And it happened to me. So let's just get to it. Um this story takes place when I was in high school. We used to live in these apartments that were right in front of my high school. And to my acknowledgement, I mean, just a little side note, I do believe in ghosts. I do believe in the paranormal. I do feel them, and like I'm sleep. So these apartments, to my acknowledgement, they weren't haunted, okay? Like nothing really happened once we moved in. It was totally normal. So I know that it wasn't the apartments, but the apartments that are haunted are my grandma's. Well, she used to live there. She doesn't live there anymore. But I swear to you, like, my whole family had experiences like paranormal or like ghost experiences in that apartment. Like, what happened was that we ended up going with my grandma's apartment just to visit her, just like, hi, how you doing? And we decided to go there with my mom. In my grandma's restroom or bathroom, she had a full body mirror. Okay, so I asked my grandma, like, hey, like, can I please take this mirror to my home? And because she loves me and I'm the favorite, I'm kidding. But 'cause she loves me, she's like, yeah, of course. I mean, take it, it's yours, right? So I took it and I decided to, take it to my room, and I placed it like right next to my door. Right now, I'll explain my bedroom so you could kind of have a layout. But I'll do it in a minute, okay? So I placed it there like a few weeks or like a few days. No, I want to say weeks. A few weeks passed and nothing happened, okay? So one day I kind of gotten into an argument with my mom, and so it was like I wanted to talk to someone and to kind of like blow steam, like I decided to call my best friend at this time. So I called her and like I kind of wanted to catch up with her because we did live, I mean, not super far, but like we lived kind of like 30 minutes away. So I didn't see her often, obviously. I called her and, like while I was talking to her, I got hungry and I was like, I'm gonna go get some snacks. So I decided to go to 7-Eleven, and the 7-Eleven was like right next to it, okay? So I decided to just walk, get my snacks, and then come back to the apartment. Once I'm back from 7-Eleven, I I was like, okay, like my lights are off, right? I go into the room, and how my room is set up is that the light switch, well, the door is right next to the light switch. And then the light switch was right next to the mirror, right? So, and then like right next to the mirror was my closet. So, like after that it was like my whole room, and then it was my window. So, that's how like my room was set up. Once I walk into the room, I kind of turn around and face the door. And as I was about to turn on the light, I decided to look into this mirror. Why? I don't know. I don't know why, okay? Like, I just did. I looked into this mirror, and what I saw was a guy. He was standing on top of my bed. I can tell you what he was wearing. He was wearing a gray sweater, a hoodie, and then he was wearing black jeans. He had the hoodie like covered, so he was kind of like facing down like that. And he wasn't facing me. He was facing the window, so the other side of my room, right? And honestly, immediately when I saw him, I turned on my light and then I turned around and I saw nothing, right? So I look into the mirror again and nothing. So at this point, I was still on the call, okay? I was still talking to my friend when I saw this. And I immediately let her know, like, hey girl, like, this is what I saw. Like, I don't know if I'm going crazy. Like, like I was kind of in shock myself. I was like, what's going on? So, she like kind of blew me off. She was like, you know what? Like, you're crazy. You're seeing stuff, girl. Like, calm down. There's nothing, right? So I was like, you know what? You're right. Your girl is crazy. Like, maybe I'm seeing stuff. So I was like, you know what? Like, I just kind of like, I didn't want to think about it. I was like, I am done. Like, ugh, like I have enough with what's going around my house and my mom and the arguments. So I was like, maybe I'm seeing stuff, okay? So I just kind of blew it off, assumed that everything was fine, like I was like, whatever. So I want to say like a month later. Wait, hold up. To this part, I need a little sip. Okay, hold up. Well, I was asleep. I suddenly just wake up feeling like someone was in my bed, and I wake up feeling like someone's touch. And I honestly thought it was my mom. That was like my first reaction, or my first thought was like, oh, it's my mom. She's with me, right? Because I felt like someone going like this to me, like that, like kind of like, I guess, caressing my like cheek and my chin. And they were kind of going like this to me. So I assume immediately that it was my mom, right? Well, when I kind of like opened my eyes, I I was about to say like, "Hey mom, like what are you doing here? Like you have a whole husband in the other room. So what are you doing here, laying down with me?" And like I was about to say that, but I realized that I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. I couldn't say anything. Like I was kind of freaking out because at that point I didn't know what was going on. Okay, I didn't know what was happening to me. I don't know, like nothing. I had no idea that what I was going through was sleep paralysis. And something happened where I kind of like twitched a little bit, and then I finally could talk and I could, like move around. And, it was kind of weird because I could tell you right now that I have never ever experienced sleep paralysis. Like after that one experience, right now, I've never ever had sleep paralysis. And before that, I've never ever had sleep paralysis, okay? So to me, that's super weird. And especially the fact that I felt like someone was touching me, like I was just like freaking out, I didn't even like thought, oh, this is like the guy that I saw, right? I didn't put one on one. I was just kind of freaking out. So the next morning, I immediately told my mom like what was going on, right? I told her like, "Hey, I see this guy in the mirror. I had this like weird experience where I felt something and I thought that you were with me. I was about to call you and say something, but I couldn't." So she kind of just looks at me like are you okay? Like, what? Like, that's weird, right? And, like, she told me, what? Maybe it's Zamir. She did give me kind of her theory. She was all like, when that happened, when the sleep paralysis happened, the mirror was facing my head. So it was kind of like facing this way and where you could see like my face or my head, through the mirror. And she told me, like maybe it's a mirror, mija, like at that point we kind of made this plan and where we decide to turn the mirror around. So that night, why I was gonna turn the mirror around and see if I felt anything, see if everything was fine, right? So I did that night. Hold on. So I did that night, right? I ended up turning the mirror around. So I didn't felt anything. I honestly felt peace. I was fine. I didn't felt anything strange or anything with me. So I was like, okay. The next day, I decide to turn the mirror back around, face full facing me, pretty much, right? So I turned the mirror back around and I mean, nothing scary happened, okay, girl. I'm not gonna try to like fool you or anything, like nothing scary happened. But to tell you the truth, I felt like a weird presence there. Okay, so it was just like someone was watching me. And to me, it was just super unsettling that to the point that I was like, you know what? I am over this. Like, I am just gonna take the mirror and just throw it away. So that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. I just grabbed that mirror and I threw it away. And that's it, right? Like, honestly, after I threw that mirror away, there was nothing. I didn't felt anything, any bad presence. I didn't feel like someone was looking at me or staring at me. And I know, like, I kind of have like a gut feeling that there was something in the mirror. Okay, I don't know if like it came from my grandma because I mean, I've heard a lot of things that mirrors could be like teleports and where like ghosts could travel, like they could kind of get through the mirror. So I know it kind of sounds kind of weird, but that's what I've heard, okay? So believe it or not, that's what I've heard. I really do believe that maybe something like went into the mirror and I took it home and that's what happened. Okay, so that's my whole experience with the mirror. Like let me know if you guys want to know any more stories. I do have plenty and plenty of stories, so if you guys want to hear them, just let me know. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and thank you for watching.